West Raider fans, coming out with you another video for our channel. It's good to be back. We're testing some new equipment, so stand by with us to get all the flaws out and everything, but we're going to try to have some fun with it and still bring you a good video about the season release schedule. So let's get to us right now. You got Midwest Raider fan and Jim coming at you. We're here. We're excited to bring you some cool new information about the season release. We got preseason, we got the season. We're ready to go. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I'm excited. Not even 24 hours after the release. Obviously, we knew the teams that we were going to be playing. We just didn't know when, what the order was going to be, when our bye week was going to be. So we got all that information coming for you. And yeah, we're just excited to get through this summer and start the season off.
So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the preseason really quick, and then we're going to go game by game, give a little information about it, and then at the end of the video, we'll give you wins and losses and tell you what we kind of think of the video. Hopefully it won't be too long, but we definitely want to get through it today for you. So we'll start with preseason. We're not going to talk about preseason that much because it's preseason. So we're just going to tell you the games that we got scheduled. It is funny that we do have Seattle Seahawks. Of course, we did get Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, and a few players from Seattle, so it'll be cool that we see him in preseason. I don't think it'll be a big deal because I don't even think Geno will play the first game, but who knows? Maybe they'll get him in there. Yeah. Then we'll have the San Francisco 49ers.
It is a home game.
It is a home game, yeah, so that'll be cool.
On the road.
Preseason. And then the Arizona Cardinals, so that's kind of preseason, breaking it down.
Yeah, on the road as well, so just the one preseason home game for us.
Nice. So I'm excited about that preseason. Usually we see the same teams year after year, and I think that besides the 49ers, I think that's kind of a different schedule for the preseason. So
yeah, should be good. Get some reps in, see what the guy is going to do, and see what who's going to step up. So yeah, I'm excited. Preseason's what it is. It's preseason. Just see who we got, what we can deal with.
Awesome. So absolutely, we're gonna go through this. We both have a little bit of information different, and so we're going to go ahead and, like every other game,
or every other game,
we'll do every other game.
That works for me.
And we'll switch it up. So I guess we'll start with the Patriots right here. So we're going to go. Basically, we're going to go see the Patriots Week 7, beginning of the season. We're going to see Josh McDaniels. We're going to see our old linebacker, Spillane. So that's going to be kind of crazy. And we're also going to see whoever their quarterback is. They're rocking with, it should be Drake May, and they should have Stephon Diggs as well. And so they have weapons, but I don't think they've put it all together. They were a 4-13 team last year, and so it is looking positive for us. But that'll be Week 7, their very first game. So let's switch it over to Jimmy.
All right, so coming up on Week 2 here for you, we get the Chargers. That'll be our home opener, which should be a true home opener, as we've dealt with all the other teams having too many fans there. This should be a true Vegas home opener for us. Chargers, nothing too spectacular to talk about. Obviously, they have Justin Herbert, as their quarterback. He's a beast. They picked up some guys there in the draft, so it'll be a fun game to watch. Obviously, it's a rivalry division game, so it'll be fun. Week 2.
Awesome. So then we're going to go to Week 3, and we're going to be hitting those LA Chargers. Oh, sorry. We're going to be hitting those Commanders, Washington Commanders, with Jaden Daniels and company, and we all know that they're looking really good. They're one of the best offenses in the league, so it's going to be a very challenging game. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but I guess we're on to Week 4.
All right, Week 4, then we have the Bears. It's a home game for us as well. Bears didn't have such a great season. Obviously, they were below 500. I want to say they were only 4 wins last year. Obviously, we got to deal with that. Caleb Williams as quarterback. They all talk about him being the next great big thing, so we'll kind of see what he does in his sophomore year. The draft, they picked up some guys, so I think they'll be a little tougher, but I don't think it's anything we can't handle.
Nice. So, Week 5, then we are going to go away to the Colts. It's going to be different because I don't know if they're going to have quarterback drama, with the whole thing with Anthony Richardson last year. Now they have Daniel Jones. They still have Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman. They do have some weapons. Once again, another team that was 8-9, not quite 500. So it's favorable game for us, but who knows? We have had a little bit of trouble in the past with the Colts, but we'll talk about that later. All right, off to week 6.
All right, week 6, we are at home again, and we're taking on the Titans. Again, another subpar team from last year, well below 500 there. But they did pick up the number 1 quarterback in this year's draft, Cam Ward. So that'll something we definitely want to keep our eye on and kind of see how he molds and gels with that team. Obviously, the season's really starting to pick up now, and again, I don't think it's nothing we can't handle, but just something to look forward to.
Absolutely. So then we're going to week 7. Week 7, let's see. I think we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and we all know that one's going to be away. It'll be at their hometown, and it's going to be tough. And we all know about Mahomes and company. We don't even have to really go into what they have. Raiders have to go through the Chiefs if they want to do anything, and I hope we split the division this year, but who knows? So week 7, we have the Chiefs, and then we go on, and I'm just going to take this one. We'll go on to a bye. Yeah, we go on to a bye, which will be probably much needed. Last year, it was much needed because we had so many injuries, so hopefully we don't have the same issue this year. I'm going to go to both of us really quick to talk to Jimmy real quick about what's he think about, since we're in the bye week, what does he think about the international games? We have Berlin, Dublin, London, Madrid, and San Pablo, I believe. So, What do you think about the international play?
I'm happy we're not traveling. I'll give it that much. Obviously, I think it's good for the NFL, especially for those teams. I know, they want to see the better teams. Unfortunately, that's AKA the Chiefs, are going overseas there for week 1. But I think it's a good opportunity to spread the NFL values and, so they can see some of our sports in action and everybody who doesn't love football. How do you not love football?
Awesome. And then I'm going to let you take week 9 as well.
All right, so week 9, then we got the Jaguars. This is a home game for us. Again, another subpar team from last year, well below 500. One key note that I'll bring up real quick, they picked up a lot of receivers. So that could be, some questions there if, they can get the ball to those guys. So definitely something to keep our eye on, how those, new receivers are going to work out there for them. But again, another subpar team. I think with our new rockin' offense, we should be able to take care of business.
Absolutely. Then we're going to go away to week 10. We have the Denver Broncos, 10-17. Bo Nix, Patrick Surtain, good defense, solid offense picking up this year. They picked up some receivers as well to try to help Bo Nix. Hope we split. But they're going to be really tough this year, in my opinion. So that's where we're at, week 10.
All right. Yeah, then week 11, we are another home game. This will be a big one. It'll be the Cowboys. So, I don't know. There's a lot to look at there. Maybe, you think of Dak Prescott, Cowboys. Again, they were below 500 last year as well. They were closer, 7-8, I want to say, if I recall correctly. They got CeeDee Lamb as their receiver. So that'll be an interesting game. Obviously, we'll break it down as the season goes on. But again, another team below 500. I know we were as well, but, those are hopefully games we can win this year.
Absolutely. So then, let's go Cowboys. Then we're going to week 12, which is a home game against the Cleveland Browns, where quarterbacks go to die. No.
They got issues.
No, hopefully we get some hate from some Brown fans probably, but they have so many quarterbacks. Who are we going to play? I think that's the biggest question. Are we going to play Joe Flacco, Pickett, Deshaun? They
Shador.
have Shador. They have 2 rookie with Dylan Gabriel as well. They still have Jerry Jeudy and Nick Chubb. They have some good pieces if they could only put it together. I think the Browns could actually be a really good team. Who are we going to see? That's the question there. So I think that's kind of a question mark as well. But hopefully it does work in our favor that maybe they're not going to put it together. So then we're off to week 13.
All right, week 13. We are at the Chargers. Again, I spoke of them earlier. Obviously, their coach Harbaugh there, he's accustomed to winning. He builds good teams. They'll be tough. Still talking about Herbert. This one is in San Diego. Like he said, we would like to split the division. So hopefully we can win those home games, get some home field advantage, but it'll be another tough one, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go to both of us here, and we're gonna go from the Chargers to Denver again. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, again, Denver, they're talking already about they're going to have the number one defense. They picked up some guys, in the draft here. And again, we saw what their offense does as of last year. They were putting the pieces together. They didn't make it to the playoffs. So it'll be a tough, again, it's a divisional game. So, that's always in, somewhat somebody's favor. I don't see us getting blown out by any means, but, we're just going to have to see how well our team held up throughout the year. Hopefully, no major injuries. And
then I'm not even going to talk about the Super Bowl champions the next week, the Eagles. So we're going to see the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts and company, Saquon Barkley. I mean, that's going to be a tough game. They're Super Bowl champs, so you got to give them some respect. And we'll see.
I'm hoping they're kind of beat up. If you saw, I don't know if y'all saw all their schedules. The Philadelphia Eagles, they do have a tough season ahead of them if they're looking for that repeat. So maybe they're a little banged up, and we can take it to them. But we'll wait and see and deep dive into that later.
Then week 16, we'll go away to the Texans, who was also a 10-7 team. I believe they made the playoffs. And so, playoff team. They did picked up some three wide receiver rookies. So
definitely Stroud to get him that ball.
Yeah, trying to get him some more help to get the ball. So
another tough one
tough one.
But obviously we got to beat some of these better teams to to be where we want to be.
And then we could go to week 17, the New York Giants, 3-14 team last year, but they did pick up 5 wide receiver rookies. So they're definitely looking, whoever's their quarterback. I was
going to say,
rookie quarterback, Jackson Dart, they picked him up as well. But who's going to be their quarterback? Yeah. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Tommy DeVito. Who they're going to be figuring it out. So I don't think next year is quite going to be awesome for them, but that could be in our favor.
Yeah, nope, I agree with that.
Let's wrap it up, Jimmy.
Yeah, week 18, then we got the Chiefs. Again, we talked about the Chiefs. They're going to be tough regardless. One key note is in the draft, they did work on their line issues, so hopefully that doesn't pan out for them. We'll have to wait and see. They're going to be tough, but again, this is our division. It's a divisional game. We do have that one, which we're all holding on to, that Christmas Day win. So they can be beat. They got a little tougher season this year going in as well. So, again, we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out, but should be good.
So, absolutely, there's the whole schedule for 2025. And
if you weren't following along, if you didn't catch the subtle hints, we could be 12-5. 12-5. Think about that. All you have to do is beat all the teams that were below 500 last year, which was 8. And if we split the division, 4 more. 12-5. What do you think of that, buddy? 12-5. I don't think that's going to happen, but hey, you never know.
I don't know about that. We probably, if I had some laughter on this little board here, I'd probably laugh. I don't think that's going to happen. I will say, and we might do this a little bit better. It just depends if we have the time to get it done, but there is some there's almost like 8 or 9 teams that were 4-13 or worse in this. And most of them were under 500 in this schedule. So it's actually a favorable schedule for us. And so I am excited about that. But unfortunately, some of these teams did make some good moves, in my opinion. So they could be tough. I still think all these games give us a chance to be competitive. And that's the most important thing here. I think offensively, we're looking pretty good, but defensively, we kind of step back because we let a lot of that players go from Patrick Graham's squad, and so we're going to be starting over again. And can they gel? Can they mold? Our linebacker core is really shaky, in my opinion, which is the key to that defense. Cornerbacks are fantastic. We have a few good ones. Our safety, Palomalu, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for our defensive line. Is looking pretty good, but that secondary is the issue, and so our defense is going to be struggling, in my opinion. If you guys think different, please leave some comments. Talk football. Let us know what you think on our defense. Is our defense going to be able to hold steady and take care of some games for us? So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm flip flopping from where I was last year. Last year, I thought our defense was going to keep us in the games, and I thought our offense would, just be mediocre enough to, sustain some drives, get the defense some rest, score some points, and it didn't work in our favor.
Mhm.
This year, I've flip flopped, and I'm more confident in our offense, which I think is going to be very good. I'm not saying maybe the top five necessarily, but I think they'll score some points, sustain some drives. But like you said, that secondary just kind of makes me a little nervous. Obviously, our defensive line, I think, is going to be fabulous. So hopefully, they can get some pressure, which they get a lot of pressure. Then maybe we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Help that secondary out a little bit.
And this is all riding on Geno having a healthy season as well. Because if we have Geno get hurt, we're going to be back to last year, in my opinion. So we have Aiden. Can Aiden carry us with what we got? Was it the coaching? What was it? And so we'll find out really quick, fast, and in a hurry if that were to happen. So really quick, we're going to do a 2-minute drill and try to figure out wins and losses. I think we kind of agree on most of these, so we're going to go through it really fast. Week 1, New England. What do you got?
I got us a win.
Okay.
We'll keep it short and simple.
Keep it short and simple. Win. So then we're going to go to LA Chargers Week 2. Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
I'm going with
got two of them this year.
Of course, I agreed with him. I'm going with a win, even though there's some things going on in New England to make them a little bit better. Still going to go with that win. Then second, Chargers again. Monday night game at home. I know it's against the Chargers, but I think we'll get a lot of Raiders fans for a Monday night game. And I'm going with a win. I'm going to go with a surprise. We're going to split that division, hopefully.
Yes,
and
that's what I'm looking for too.
And get a win. So that's 2 wins so far.
Yeah, 2-0. I like the start.
All right, then we go to the Washington Commanders.
The Commanders. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be in our end of season where we're in a streak or anything. So I do think that will be a loss.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with the loss there. Then we're going to go to the
Bears. Chicago Bears.
For week 4.
I'd like to see it a win. It'll be a little tough. Like I said, obviously it'll be a sophomore year there. Williams as their quarterback. They picked up some pieces, some help for him. So we'll kind of just have to see.
Yeah, they were 5-12 last year, so they're still struggling too. But absolutely, I'm going to go with a win too there. Colts away. They were 8-9, and I think it's a question mark game in my opinion. They sometimes get us. But I'm going to hope for a win there. I'm going to be positive in this video. We might get a reality video later, but
yeah.
We're going to go positive. Like I said, we're trying to hit that 2-minute drill here. So we're going to go with a win with the Colts. What do you think? Win?
Yep, win.
All right. Texans at home. I'm going to give it a win. Once again, another 3-14 team. I think we can get them. Then they have the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a loss. Away at their stadium, I'm going to take a loss there, even though sometimes we get lucky and beat them. Still take the loss there.
Yep, nope, I'm going to agree. I think we split, but I think our wins are going to come from home games for the division. So I agree.
And then we're hitting the Jaguars week 9, and I'm going to go with a win against the Jaguars. Hopefully they don't catch on fire or something with Travis Hunter and all their 6 new wide receivers and everything. But I'm going to go with a win right there, another 4-13 team.
Yep, I agree. Just another subpar team. They're still trying to figure things out, so hopefully we can get that W.
Broncos away at Denver.
At Denver again, I'm going to call it a loss just to keep us honest.
Yeah.
And again, I hope we split, so win the home ones and lose the away ones.
Gotcha. So then we got Dallas week 10. We're going to go with. I'm going to go. This is a question mark for me, so I think I'm going to tag a loss on that one with Dallas. So
yeah, they were subpar last year again, below 500. Granted, again 8-9, so they're on the cusp there. But I'm going to call it a W. I think, especially if we're getting some sort of rhythm. I think hopefully by that time we're gelling and looking good.
Browns week 12. I'm going with a win. Another 3-14 team that I think we have. Yeah, a competitive chance.
Just quarterback controversy, and they don't know what they're doing.
13 Chargers again, and I'm going to give the win to the Chargers and the Broncos because we said we'd split, and they're both there, so I'm going to give 2 wins there. What do you think of there?
Yep, nope, gonna agree.
And then Eagles, that's a win for the Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, broke
it
down. Maybe they'll be kind of banged up or something, but yeah, I'm
preparing
for a loss.
Texans 16, C.J. Stroud and company. Man, another loss.
Another tough one.
That's tough. I don't think we're going to duke it out. Then finally, we'll get one more win with the New York Giants. 3-14, terrible team. I don't think they know what they're doing yet, and so we'll get a win there. And then Kansas City Chiefs at home.
Yeah, hopefully the end of the
Hopefully we can bring it
season,
that
and
last
like I
win,
said,
that last
we're
dub.
throwing, we're driving.
Maybe they won't be trying.
Yeah.
And we can hit. And so from there, for me, that was 10-7.
10-7. That's what I got too. Yeah,
Okay.
10-7.
Even though he had an extra win, so maybe
Yeah,
11-6.
maybe we can get a sneak one in there to
So
somebody.
11-6, 10-7. I still think that's a positive outlook on a season, especially for Pete Carroll, who usually has a 500 record. So that would be with a record like that, we would definitely make a playoff game, in my opinion. I think our whole division, as long as we could split or battle some of the division, maybe we could sneak in a wild card. But with a record like that, it would be crazy that we didn't make the playoffs. So it's going to be a crazy AFC West division.
Very tough.
So we'll have to hope that some other teams lose and those types of things. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. So super excited about the schedule. It was really, really cool. And I think it's favorable for the Raiders this year. A lot of 3 and 14 teams or under 500 teams. So pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, like I said, just hopefully our secondary or defense can keep us. Our offense drives like they're supposed to. And I don't know, good things.
So other than that, guys, I don't have too much else. We're going to try to make some more videos here really soon. Talk about, the health of Geno Smith and how important that is for the season. Talk about depth. Talk about the linebackers might be coming up soon. Jimmy has some ideas as well. So please like and subscribe our channel. Also know that we are on a bunch of social medias. So please check out Midwest Raider fans. That's our hashtag. So we are definitely check out TikTok. Jimmy's ruling the TikTok. So go join the TikTok and check out all the little posts he puts out. Check out our shorts on this channel as well. We try to merge them to go with the TikToks as well. And like I said, just most importantly, if you're watching, you're enjoying, just give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let's grow this channel and keep riding. We're going to try to give you more content through the preseason and also through the off season here, and definitely review every game when we get to the season.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, we got a long ways to go, but we'll see how our boys hold up and gel, and it'll be good. Like, subscribe, share, and like I said, if you got a comment, you let us know. You think we're way off on our 10-7, 11-6, whatever.
12-5.
12-5. Hey, 12-5. I don't know. That has a nice ring to it. That's playoffs for sure.
All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. Please lock in for another one pretty soon. And as always, go Raiders. Check you later.